Looks like T-Mobile has finally settled a problem that they've had for a while now, and it's good. They can probably move on from this, and I think the most important thing is they learn from this and they put in customer protections for these issues. All right, so the settlement comes in a SIM swapping lawsuit that T-Mobile has faced over the last several years. For those of you that don't know what SIM swapping is, it's essentially a hack, a scam or attack technique that threat actors have been using for a while, and I think all carriers are vulnerable. I don't think it's unique to T-Mobile, but I do think there was an excessive amount of SIM swapping that was happening at T-Mobile on a lot of different levels. I think it was happening internally. I think it was happening externally. And it's a combination of those two things. And when it happens internally, that's usually where the companies are culpable for it. When it happens externally, because customers make mistakes and give up valuable information or follow commands that they shouldn't be, that's a totally different story. But anyways, this particular lawsuit, I think, settled at the $33 million price point, confirms to us that T-Mobile is just kind of moving on from it. And, after lots of different, probably crypto purses and other things that are considered highly sought after and valuable, were compromised through these SIM swaps. You'll learn about like situations where people's Bitcoin was taken and stolen, but to be a little bit particular about this, to give you kind of a time frame, these hacks, these SIM swaps, were occurring about 5 years ago, to show you the lengthy legal process that can take place as it drags on through courts. But this is a situation where it was T-Mobile employees involved. They were the ones that were kind of involved in all of this, and that's why T-Mobile was culpable, because it happened under their nose. So the lawsuit states you need to be held accountable, and here they are kind of paying the cost associated with the issue. I think the charges stemmed all the way through 2022. At least that's kind of what the story goes. So this may have been happening over multiple years. You're probably going to look into the details of the lawsuit. I'm sure there was some negligence, failing to respond, take action, that sort of thing. But like I said, this is probably an issue that's not gone. It's probably going to persist. There's going to be SIM swaps. It happens at all carriers. And I think just trying to develop and the evolution of systems and checks that can kind of prevent and curb some of it. I don't think it's ever going to go away completely, but I do think that T-Mobile could have done better. And I think they are doing better now, because these things seem to be happening a lot less. I think the processes and the different steps that the carriers have put in place to deal with these issues has improved. And that just happens with time. You learn what works, zero trust, all those kind of principles and philosophies, and it makes things better. Yeah, so anytime customers get additional protections and there's systems in place to improve it, I think that's a win for us. Carriers aren't really focused on protecting us. Maybe when lawsuits like this happen, and maybe when the FCC and other trade commissions have some teeth and bite down, maybe they'll act. So this is a good step in the right direction, in my opinion. Not that hefty of a fine, but what do you guys think about all this? Let me know. If you've been a victim of SIM swapping, maybe you could share your experiences and what happened. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop me some comments. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.